Here's another one for you. Interesting. At least I found it interesting. This is from Huffington Post. I don't usually like Huffington Post. They're usually this hotbed of identity politics and bullshit. But this particular story is actually kind of fun. And it doesn't go really into politics. So let's just go into this. I think you'll like this. Tensions flare when neighbors breathe fire over dragon Christmas display. Diane Rowland, whose Louisiana neighbor, said her display was totally inappropriate. Hopes she finds the true meaning of Christmas. And here is a picture of her lawn, her Christmas setup, with a bunch of dragons. A Louisiana woman's choice of Christmas decorations has led one of her nosy neighbors to question whether she may be involved in a demonic cult, quote unquote. And what has become a holiday tradition, author Diana Rowland decorates her front yard each Halloween and Christmas with festive dragons. But this year, one Grinch neighbor has taken offense. Your dragon display is only marginally acceptable at Halloween. A note left for Rowland read, "It's totally inappropriate at Christmas and makes your neighbors wonder if you're involved in a demonic cult." Speaking to BuzzFeed News, which I also hate, but oh well, Rowland says she chortled when she received the hate mail and then responded by adding more Halo-wearing dragons to the display. "I did consider removing them for about a nanosecond and then went, nope," she said. Rowland's neighbor may think she may need help from God in knowing the true meaning of Christmas, but she thinks she already got it down pat. Spreading joy. Christmas is about joy. That's what it boils down to, she said. If you're a Christian, you're feeling joy about the birth of Christ. We should all be looking for things to be joyful about. There's no denying that the dragons have brightened up the holiday season for many, including the thousands on Twitter who have caused Rowland's display to go viral. It's got more reaction than I've ever expected, she said. I think this obviously resonates with a lot of people. I think there are a lot of people who have experiences with bad neighbors. Well, it's not just a bad neighbor. It's not just a bad neighbor. This is not just a bad neighbor. This is a racist neighbor. This is a neighbor who is racist against dragons. They're dracophobic, okay? And that's not cool. Gonna judge all dragons the same? Is that what you're gonna do? Gonna judge all dragons? You're gonna say dragons can't be Christians? Is that what you're gonna say? Dragons can't enjoy Christmas? Dragons don't like gifts? Dragons don't like the whole Yuletide shit? You saying all dragons can't do that? Is that what you're saying? Racist. Racist against dragons. How can you be racist against dragons? They're adorable. They're very misunderstood creatures because sometimes they do rampage and kill knights and blow fire and burn down villages and everybody else. But they're very misunderstood creatures. They're not that bad. I've even had dragon friends. They're fine. And some of them do celebrate Christmas, even though they often have their own weird and strange holidays involving maidens and eating people. But I won't judge them. You don't judge them for that. It's their culture. You have to respect their culture, even if it involves eating people and burning things. That's their culture. Okay? So just lay off the dragons. You're racist against them. I mean, think of all the things that dragons could do for you during the holiday season. Okay? You know, I mean, okay, it's cold, right? It's cold in the holiday season. They can start a fire. They can start a fire to keep you warm. How many other creatures you know can do that? They can just start a fire by breathing on it and keeping you warm. How many other creatures you know that can just blow fire and cook your holiday ham and throw it at some hole? The dragons are cooking your holiday ham and just throwing it at a bitch. See? They can do that too. So stop being racist against dragons. Honestly, if you look at the picture, they're the two dragons on both ends, the green ones. It's not like this person went out of their way to go to some kind of satanic cult and have these things custom made. Those dragons that are on the end with the little holiday caps and the candy canes. You can buy those at Home Depot. I found one at my Home Depot. I wanted it, but it was a bit expensive, so I didn't buy it. But yeah, I wanted the Christmas dragon. I think Christmas dragons are an awesome idea. Dragons are adorable. It's different. It's a different way to celebrate Christmas. And honestly, there's a lot of people out there that dragons give joy to. A lot of people like dragons. A lot of people are into fantasy. A lot of people are furries. A lot of people just dig dragons. And when you put a little Christmas hat on them and give them a candy cane and you make them festive for Christmas, that's going to make people happy. Unless, of course, you're a fucking joyless prude that just wants to ruin everybody's fun. That's the only kind of people that are going to do that. And sounds like she unfortunately has a neighbor that just, oh my God, it's not Santa and it's not the baby Jesus. So I've got to go and send her a letter to tell her to take her dragons off the damn lawn because it's satanic. You know what? You go suck my head, crazy lady. I mean, in case you hadn't noticed, Christmas is not, and there will be people that will say, okay, well, Christmas is about Christ. Originally, Christmas was about Christ. Actually, no. Originally, Christmas was Yule, and it had nothing to do with Christ. Okay, Christmas was a pagan holiday when it first started out. So don't give me this whole, well, it's supposed to be about Christ. No, it wasn't. It's supposed to be a pagan holiday. And there's more dragons in pagan shit than there is in Christian shit, so it seems a little bit more traditional if you're going to go with dragons, right? So, no, don't think that it's about Christ. It was never about Christ until the Christians came and committed basically genocide against, all the pagans out there and took over their holiday and turned it into Christian. And then Coca-Cola created Santa Claus, and now you have what we in America consider to be Christmas, and we're like, oh, well, dragons are not appropriate for, you know what? You appropriated Christmas from pagans. Don't see any reason the dragons can't appropriate it from you. You did the same damn thing, right? So, if it's giving people joy, and there's obviously no malintent, I mean, and that's definitely a thing. There has to be no malintent. You can't go out and spread joy by doing Christmas stabbings. Okay, that's not going to happen. You can't do, Christmas witch burnings. That's not spreading joy. That's not doing. But Christmas dragons with little hats on and little candy canes in their mouth, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. People are happy about it. It's somebody expressing Christmas in kind of a different but still festive and happy way. So just let them do it. I mean, as long as they're spreading happiness, as long as they're getting happy and they're not hurting anybody, then just let them do it. I mean, even though the dragons might hurt somebody, but that doesn't count.